Just walk on,
Top heavy built ass boy.
walk on your toes.
Chicken legs.
Walk on your toes everywhere. You'll get calves in no time.
Right.
That's pretty sure that's where my shit came from. Everybody be like, "Your calves are really fucking big." I'm like, "Thank you." I'll take it.
Cool.
Might be genetics too, though. So who knows?
Who knows? Who knows about them muscular genetics?
Who
know what I mean?
knows?
Yo, 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 coming in hot. It's the Loose Cannon Show. My name is Shelly Nix.
My name is Dylan Harkins.
And it's a party today. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm about to get saved right now because the Fat Boy Hero has stepped into the studio. And based on our conversation earlier, I feel like, I guess this is sort of random, but this guy is part of the BBW club. He likes the thick women.
I do love thick women. I love all women, but I do
Shout
love.
out.
He don't discriminate.
Yeah, I feel like
Not no nice.
big women don't get enough love, and sometimes it makes them forget. Sometimes it makes them forget who they are.
Right?
You know,
Yeah.
and not saying that all of them are like this, but a lot of them are freaks.
A lot of them are freaks.
Talk about big people are
Boom.
freaks.
Well,
Starting to
Yeah,
pound with a bomb, brother. No, damn.
well, hell, we got the boy, the Fat Boy Hero, a.k.a. Shirt Off Fee.
What's up? We in the building, you know what I'm saying, with the Loose Cannon podcast. I'm here.
Hell yeah, man. Well, shit, we can continue this conversation about thick women, man.
Nah,
So,
man.
well.
I like the cushion for the pushing, man. I'm totally into it.
Nah, for real, man.
Yeah.
I feel like you gotta respect all. First of all, respect all women. Don't just from this you watch this, don't be like, oh yeah, she thick, she freaky, and then you get on some real nasty shit with it, and it's not now you all over Instagram and shame.
They said, "Get this man out of here."
You would say that, like, I don't even know. I don't know. I'm trying to be politically correct here. I guess I'm just gonna say thicker women because I
women.
feel like that's like a compliment, right? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Could be.
I feel like any woman of color will love being called thick, but then you got like
And you saying that because they're more familiar with the term.
right,
Being a term of endearment.
Right.
Not-
But like even like maybe like even like pre like 2010, 2009. I guess
Throwback.
like I've like had like in high school there were like white women who had like really nice asses,
Right.
but they didn't want to hear about it because they were embarrassed about
No, truly,
having it, you know what I'm
facts.
saying? Yeah.
Nah, it wasn't
Tough
like
times.
because it was like I guess back in the day, I guess and maybe our guy Dylan can speak on this right here. I guess they weren't. It was because white guys weren't really into like
Yeah.
thick women. It was just like they wanted the most slender builds.
And then like supermodels are like just tall and skinny, you know what I'm saying?
Right, and that
Like,
was the
standard of beauty.
the standard of beauty,
Yeah.
the slim and thin.
But I feel like I appreciate it all. My preference, of course, is a little, maybe a lot more meat on the bones, but
Maybe a lot.
but you know,
Appreciate you.
I do appreciate petite women. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to sound like a pig right now. But you said that thicker women, you would say thicker women are more freaky than any other woman. Is that what you just said?
And so look, he was saying thick women. I'm talking about big girls. Because I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy. You know what I'm saying? So
Go together, Will.
Let's cut to the chase,
let's
right?
cut to the chase.
Like
We're not
this.
cutting no fat off this. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the extra. You know what I'm
Go
saying?
on, no diet.
First of all, like I said, I appreciate and I love you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's sweet.
But and the reason why I say like most of them are a little bit more freaky, not just talking about big girls, but let me take it back so y'all don't feel singled out. Big people big people
Big people.
are typically freaks, and I'm give my reason why.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and I'm like, you're typically from initially growing up before, like you said, pre certain times, you weren't like the standard of beauty. They weren't like appreciated. Even me as a big guy, I wasn't appreciated until, you know what I'm saying, like maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Lying, maybe
damn,
15. but it was only seasonal. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it was Fat Boy season, like wintertime.
Yeah.
Oh, because you want to be warm. You with me now? You know what I'm saying?
You've actually experienced that, like
What?
Oh my god.
like more women gravitate towards you, like in the fall and winter time.
In the fall and winter, that's why I say, if you're a big guy and you're not winning when it's cold,
Drop a knowledge.
it's your fault.
Yeah.
It is your fault. Like, and
Yeah.
so big guys is already in season, and then big girls is in season the month after for tax season. But like that's a whole different conversation. But what I'm saying is, before we were just like, and generally like appreciated for like just they're like, oh, well, big guys typically. It was more because of the unappreciation. We were like, you know what? Well, when we do get this chance. Big guys gonna be like, I'm going as freaky as I can. First of all, the guy gonna get, you know what I'm saying? First of all, most guys are just freaky in general. But like,
fair.
big guy like, man, I'm gonna do whatever. I ain't that big guy. Like I said, I've been appreciated for 10 to 15 years. So I ain't the guy just gonna eat your ass, first of all. So don't even call it and be like, hey, Fee, you eat ass? No.
Let me put that in the air.
Just put that in the air.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like,
Oh my god, bro.
All right, man.
It's like they knew.
Yo, it's
I'm
Loose Cannon
crying.
Show. Who this?
Hey, this is Shay.
Hold up.
ooh,
It's a lady.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Hold on, let me turn you up. Hold up.
Alrighty.
So,
on the speaker box.
All right, who'd you say this was?
This is Shay.
Hey, what up, Shay?
Hey, what's up, Shay?
they out.
What's going on, man? I just wanted to call in and say, you know what I'm saying, Pete, I'm your biggest fan, bro.
I appreciate you so much, Shay. Appreciate you calling in.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all better support my boy. Stream him.
What is your favorite thing about Shirt Off Feet?
Man, that was my work husband, man. That's my boy. What you mean?
That's my work wifey. You know what I'm saying? Talking about we ain't work together, but we still married. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man. That's what I'm saying. But, you know what I'm saying? Stream my boy. Support him.
So right now, Shay, we were on the subject. Your timing was perfect on the call.
Impeccable.
So right now we were talking about the loving of bigger people, and and we was talking about how typically bigger people are typically freakier. Whether it's a big guy or a big woman, they're typically freakier for different reasons. And in your experience, I'm not sure if you dealt with any big guys besides me being your work hubby. Do you co-sign on that bigger people are typically a little bit freakier?
I mean, I won't say, okay, I can't really speak to the effect of the freakiness, but I think I would say that as far as genuine, like, love and affection, bigger people are better at it.
That ain't what we talking about. We talking about getting freaky in the sheets.
So,
Damn.
well, I guess let me rephrase it. Do you feel like a bigger guy or a bigger woman, whatever, has been a bit more, respectfully, desperate to do, like, he's more likely to lick your feet or some wild shit? Big, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? The big guy did do that quicker. You know what I'm saying? Jumping on the opportunity.
You know what? Honestly, I think I've only had one experience with, I guess you would consider a bigger person, and I would say so. I feel like they were quicker to jump into those kinds of activities rather than like the smaller people. The smaller people, they be doing the vanilla shit. You know what I mean? They be like, just get this shit out the way. Just kind of like, you know, no offense. I know you got some smaller people up in the studio right now. But
I'm a medium-sized guy. Come on.
I'm fun size. Come on.
I'm small myself, you know what I'm saying? But women, that's a different story. I can't speak for the women at all. You know what I'm saying? At all. But as far as men, like the men, they just be wanting to do all this extra shit. The skinny dudes, they just be like, you know what I'm saying? Let me just get my nut and fuck off.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
No, I appreciate you for calling, Shay, and love you forever. And thank you for co-signing on the Big Freaks. You know what I'm saying? Pun intended.
I'm sorry. That's what Meg was talking about, my guy. I got you, my boy. You know I love you. Support my boy. Stream his shit. Listen to this damn podcast. And have a good fucking day.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Shay. Peace.
Peace out.
All right, peace.
Damn.
Shit, I
Gotta
know
love
got
it.
some small guys in that studio. Like,
He's like, I can hear it. I can hear it.
I
Y'all
feel-
sound small.
I feel-
Nah, you could, but speaking of
feel
friends, you can
attacked
hear
right
when
now.
somebody fat. You know what I'm saying? Like anytime
Nah, bro.
on
nah.
Call of Duty,
Nah, bro.
Nope.
I learned this at a very young age watching Friday.
right out.
Bitch say she look like Janet Jackson, man. She look more like Freddie Jackson.
Talking about Stream My Boy song, Janet Jackson by Shelly Nicks. You know what I'm
already
saying?
know. You know what I'm saying?
But now on Call of Duty, they do be knowing I'm fat. Well, I guess my name is the Fat Boy Hero.
Oh,
Kinda-
yeah.
kinda
They like,
dead
bro, I can
giveaway.
hear you breathing, bro.
You hear the stress in your breath, brother.
Right, stressing your breath.
Damn, man. That's crazy.
Nah, that timing was crazy. Oh, and
That's pretty crazy. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Well, speaking of bigger people, bigger women, man, Lizzo popped up in the news today.
Bro, I saw that.
Lizzo.
Damn. They got her.
The weirdest shit ever. What did you hear about it, Dylan?
I saw that her backup dancers were suing her for abusive treatment and getting them involved in
buffets.
no, not buffets of the sort we might think when we say buffet. Apparently, they was involved in some unscrupulous sexual activity.
Oh, I
Per-
didn't hear that.
Per the push
Oh.
of Lizzo.
Whoa. That's great. I thought they was.
I'm just saying.
All
I'm
right.
just saying what I'm seeing in the papers.
All I read in the papers.
Was on the front page.
that she was, I don't know, she was weight shaming them. I don't know if it was
Are they
fat
skinny?
shaming. I don't know if it was fat shaming or the other way around.
I'm a reverse sizes.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense to me. Like, you know,
You skinny bitches ain't shit.
right? Yeah, some
That's
shit. Was it
tough.
like that, or was it like you a fat ass bitch? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's like, but I might have to read into this a
Right.
little more, man. But
But
you
maybe-
said they were. I didn't know that
I
this is rated R, rated
Allegedly.
TVMA. I didn't know.
I read that they was in Amsterdam or
Okay.
something to that effect and wound up in the red light district at a sexual
Oh, okay.
establishment, and they was getting involved with the dancers, and Lizzo was like, y'all do this with these dances, and they're like, I don't know if I want to be up in here with these exotic dances in this club like this. And
Like
Lizzo-
these are women? All women?
I do not know the
Oh.
facts there. I cannot speak with clarity, but yeah, apparently Lizzo was pushing and was not giving them no recourse to decline.
She's pushing P.
Ooh,
Lit-
literally pushing P
Literally
on P.
pushing P.
That's crazy, man.
P on P violence.
See, I told you the biggest people are freaky.
Wow.
So freaky, she's trying to get other people to get freaky.
She
Dude,
said, "You not trying to get freaky with the?
What?
why the fuck you came?
Why did you come here? Why are you here?"
No.
That's some wild shit, man. Because Lizzo was always the person getting bullied. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, she would do all this wild shit, like wear these thongs to basketball games and shit. And people are like, "What the fuck are you doing, Lizzo? That's gross. Lizzo's gross," and all this shit. And then you got the
Hating.
people taking up for her, like,
Right.
you know, this is women empowerment. This is like, you need to leave Lizzo alone. She's expressing herself. Stop fat shaming. All this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so weird to hear her in this situation and
weird
her not be
conundrum.
like the evil person. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
they say bully's
oh,
usually a bully.
Hey, abuse is
Hey, you
cyclical.
know.
People hurt people. Hurt people.
hey, you know.
That's all I can say. Man, I remember Lizzo at ACL. She brought the crowd out, man. I remember when in her heyday,
Oh,
or I guess her heyday, like
Right.
like a year or two ago.
Like 3 years ago, you know.
Damn,
back
It
in
was
my
about-
day, Lizzo was nah.
Yo, back in my younger years.
No, but she's been pushing the envelope and for like I don't know about that stuff right there.
yeah,
But the proudness of being big. You know what I'm saying? Even though like some
loving
of
yourself and you know,
yeah, so she's kind of helped change that narrative of like all of them
Self-empowerment.
just having to be freaky because of desperation and stuff like that.
yeah.
And some of that could come from, you know, like this. It could just be like I have made the statement, but it could be me. What's that P word? my brain. when I'm putting something on I feel onto other people.
Projecting.
Projecting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It could be me projecting like my experience.
Okay.
But I was with some big people too, and we all was nasty. And so I was
in my
conflicted. I'm like, you ain't nasty, but
you in the wrong
I'm not
place.
shocked because you know
said,
Lizzo did this. I'm not
Let's
shocked.
say I'm not too surprised.
Yeah, man. Truth hurts, right?
Truth Hurts.
That's your song, The Truth Hurts. Y'all ever heard The Truth Hurts by Lizzo?
Oh right.
I just took
yeah.
a
I thought you said it's your song.
DNA
I'm
test.
like,
Turns out.
I'm like, I had a song called Truth Hurts.
I was like,
I
man, I'm jocking Lizzo's steez over here.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, ain't that be me.
Dude, Dylan, I don't know if he told you. I don't know if I talked about it, but Dylan just went to New Orleans. And you're from New Orleans, right?
Oh
Yes,
yeah, I was
yes.
over there last week, man. First time.
Now I saw on your story you went to a lot of places, like a lot. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I hope my boy get back home safe. First of all,
Yeah,
Bro,
he's
there
out
was
deep.
there's a few points there. I was out downtown on Canal Street at like
Yeah.
2, 3 in the morning, off too many of them damn hurricanes and shit.
Them
and
hurricanes.
whoo, man, the scene there was
it's
scandalous.
nah, yeah. When I saw that, I text you, I messaged you, I was like, yeah, bro, be safe out. I saw you like, oh man, they getting down on the drums. I'm like, bro, they'll rob you, bro. Nah, like for real, like it looked kind of like 6th Street, but it smelled like piss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The scent was overpowering.
It's overpowering and like. That's my hometown, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the city, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out
I'm
Noma.
rocking it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The
represent.
reason I had it backwards
Saints
because of the
Bert.
colors, you know what I'm saying? But if you follow me from behind, you see I'm from
You know
the
what
city.
the deal is.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, I was like, man, but it's dangerous, but at the same time, like, it's so much culture out there. And
Loved it.
I saw you experiencing a lot of them. Like, some of the places, like I said, I haven't been to. Like,
Uh-huh.
I do want to go back and be a tourist in my own city. So, like, I
It's
was
fun,
enjoying
man.
watching your story and see
Yeah,
some
man,
of those
went
things.
to the museums, did a little haunted tour.
Yeah.
Got some great. Dude, I got me a shrimp po' boy that was big as a plate. It came on, and
Hell yeah.
bro, they had some little crab cake sandwiches at this little joint next to
Uh-huh.
Studio B. I was like, oh my god, I'm finna melt in my chair. It's so good. Yeah, man. New
Nah,
Orleans, good time.
You definitely have to go like, or at least my big ass. Like I go like a little fast before I go to New Orleans.
Uh-huh.
Cause like
I don't doubt it.
You don't want to like you don't be like, oh, I can't eat this, I can't eat that. Like that's part of the reasons you go to New Orleans is to
Uh-huh.
eat, to drink,
Yeah.
and
Bro,
you know if you want some other freaky stuff. Like I don't know if I get as like I got into some weird freaky stuff. No, I got into some wild stuff. I'm on who watch. Got into some wild stuff. You know what I'm saying here in Austin in my years here, but I don't think I would have explored New Orleans as much as I explored Austin.
Okay.
Because of
Yeah.
like some of the like safety parameters and stuff like
Yeah.
Plus,
like
you can't like walk around Austin too much. I mean, you can if you're downtown, but
Right.
if you're in the French Quarter,
in
of
New Orleans you could walk around
Bro, I
literally the
walked-
whole city.
Yeah,
I walked
yeah.
all over that joint, man. It was fun. It was cool catching the architecture. It was hotter than a bitch, but
And
it's
sweaty like because of the humidity and stuff.
But I mean, I'm from Texas. It ain't that bad. I mean, it's gonna be hot wherever we go. It's the middle of
Right.
the damn summer and shit.
Nah, facts. Yeah, like I was talking to Shelly earlier, and like my family is really big like in New Orleans massing.
Nice.
I'm not sure if you guys see any of that. I'm not sure if you was on Sunday like Super Sunday and stuff like that. Like outside of like Mardi Gras, that's when you would see some of the Indians and like tell people like Indian like and that's not Native Americans. Like that's not a proper term, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that was the term that they've been using, and then like it's the I call it it's the real South.
Yeah.
So like they're using the same terms, they're not changing it, and like my uncle and them and the cousins they've done this like all over like the world from like Mexico City to Japan, and it looks like kind of like those big Brazilian style like festival carnival
Oh, nice.
costumes.
Yeah.
And I did it a few times when I was like 4 or 5 years old, but I was like, I'm kind of big now, but I was a boulder as like a 6-year-old.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
a little,
yeah.
a little bowling ball.
Butterball. Like my finger was like nubs like this, just a big palm and some little nubs. That's,
my
that's how
God.
fat my fingers. I couldn't do this as a kid. Like the day I was able to put my fingers around my wrist, probably like 13. I was
my-
like, what? I can do this now?
Hell
Like I couldn't do that
yeah.
before 10. You know?
Damn, bro.
And I wouldn't want to walk, so I wouldn't like. I put the costume on and hopped in the car. But you would literally like you said, you could walk around. You would literally walk from downtown to uptown.
Yeah,
in these
man.
big like extravagant costumes that
That's tight.
you were creating all year long.
They have the most parades anywhere in New Orleans.
Yes.
They said they have like 97 permits per year on average for parading activities, which is crazy.
Yes, yeah, and most of that is through the New Orleans masking, the New Orleans Indians masking.
Yeah.
So like you have Mardi Gras season where you have those parades, but like
Yeah.
the other permits are for second lines,
Mm.
and that's so you have like the second line. Sometimes it's just like Super Sunday, like I was mentioning,
Yeah.
which I think I forgot how that worked, but it's a few Super Sundays,
Mhm.
and then you have like second line when someone died.
Mm.
And then like and also you see like people second lining for weddings and stuff. Like people like, oh, I want to have a traditional New Orleans wedding, and I want to have a brass band, and then you got the
whole get
umbrellas
down.
and stuff. So like you may get a permit for that because you're in the street and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But most of those parades are second lines.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's when you said that you work on the mask all year for like one event, right? Or
a couple.
a few.
Yeah.
It reminds me of on Planet Earth. No, it wasn't Planet Earth. It was called The Human Planet. Documentary about you know how they have those documentaries about animals and shit like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
about. But this one's just about humans.
Will Smith.
No, it's not.
Oh,
I don't think. Well, it's. I mean, it's probably the same vein, but
thought that was
this
it.
one is with humans, and it's kind of the same thing. But I don't know if it's like a tribe in Africa or wherever. I don't. It's black people though. I know
this
that.
much.
But they showed this one guy that was working on his mask or his.
some sort of costume.
It was either a mask or a hat or like the whole get down, but he was hunting down a bird to put feathers to take the feathers and put it on his mask.
That's
Right.
cool.
And this festival or whatever event that he was doing this for is to find a mate. That's the whole point of the event is so a man and a woman, they can find a mate. So all the women, they have their face painted all crazy. It's like it's the most beautiful shit I've ever seen as far as like body paint and stuff goes.
How fun.
But he kills the bird, takes his feathers. The feathers are all like iridescent and shit. You know what I'm saying? He's probably killed 10 other birds to
to
create
make
this
this
crown up
mask.
on him.
And then you go to the thing, and then if the girls like it, then they go home with you, and that's your wife.
Wow, it's kind of like peacocks, like but
Yep.
they show their whole thing. Like I didn't even know what that was about until a couple of years ago. I'm like, oh, that's why peacocks do
Dude,
that.
A lot of other birds do that too.
Yeah, but it's a bird thing.
Yeah, they just be like, "Hey, look at me, girl."
Right.
And they make weird noises too. Like, look what I can do. That's some weird ass shit, man.
That's what
weird
happens.
as
When he's
fuck.
trying to holla. They just
I'm not
in
sure.
Bird talk. Holla, 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 holla.
Right. And
holla,
I'm not
holla.
sure if all that. I know some other stuff like that. I wasn't like very into it.
Mm.
Like I was kind of into growing up, and then I almost did it last because like 15 of my cousins did it last year. It was like a big family thing. Like, it's a crazy picture.
Dope.
But I'm not sure if it comes from that or like has something to do with that. But it is feathers like that. It looked like bird feathers.
Yeah.
So it could originate from some of sort like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, but New Orleans is a crazy place.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you made it
Yeah.
back, dude.
I am too.
Yeah, one like speaking of a crazy story from Canal Street. So it's 2000. I want to say either 2009 or 2012,
Mm-hmm.
the year the Saints won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And me and two. Me, two of my friends. I realized I just was like, hold on, who all here? Then when I thought about who was there, so another part of the story came to mind. So it's me and two of my homies. And one of my homies' dad went there. Rest in peace. And we it was a weird ass. We stayed at this weird motel one night, but that's the whole story for another day.
Man.
But we're on Canal Street. Saints just won a Super Bowl.
Oh man, I bet that was
And
crazy.
So like you've been there, so you know how Canal Street runs with what I was about to say six, but with Bourbon.
Yeah.
So people who haven't been there. Canal Street is like, if you're in Austin, that's like Congress.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bourbon would be 6th Street.
Yep.
Right.
So imagine Canal Street or Congress filled with people like body to body from the Capitol all the way to maybe, I want to say almost like where Magnolia Cafe.
Oh my god.
Imagine like body to body. Like that's almost like
Oof.
about 3-4 miles. Probably longer than that.
That's
that
crowd.
ain't my spot, man.
That it wasn't. So we like this tight. I'm talking about. It's so many people. It's on back. Any like intersection. It's like people everywhere. Like the whole
Super Bowl, baby.
the whole city is out there.
Yeah.
Then people who are fans and like, this is 5-6 years after Katrina.
Okay.
So you got to think about like
yeah.
the impact. Like
Yep.
this is the Saints who just brought a Super Bowl, the very first Super Bowl to New Orleans,
Yeah.
5-6 years after Katrina.
Uh-huh.
So like everybody who not home flew home.
Ecstatic.
Yeah.
And
they
it's
said, "We are
crazy.
here to party."
And so like I'm at the intersection of Bourbon and Canal Street, which is the tightest spot, and we're
it's a
moving.
corridor. You was,
And then, like,
this big.
You hear this slight altercation, and then someone gets 2, 3, 4 shots go off. Pop, pop, pop. Like as far as you are sitting from me right now.
Wow.
Oof.
And this lady gets shot in the leg, and like people kind of disperse. Like there's enough space, like maybe about 5-10 feet max. Like that's how much it opens up. And the police officer, I'm like, whoa, I go by the police. He's like, hey, get the fuck around me. I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
I gotta understand you, but like, like it's nothing he could do about this. And he's
Yeah.
like, I don't know what you're on. And so I'm like, and like people like kind of like in shock a little bit.
Yeah.
Then they slowly just like go back to circle close,
congregate
and people
back up.
just because you can't go nowhere. Like it was like,
Oh
Yeah.
damn.
and so we kind of go down Canal Street a little bit, but like people are pushing, and it's so like tight, and like I wear hoop earrings, and they pushing so hard, they pushed my earrings out my ear,
Damn.
and I just like I don't really have attitude, but I got a temper at times,
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Not at times, like I can have a temper,
Mhm.
and at this time it was like I said, this is almost 10 years ago. So like my temper was a little bit more, and like my earrings came out, so I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I just get to
Oh,
turn around,
man.
I'm elbow and punch the person behind me, but like it wasn't
God.
me. But I'm like,
What are you
it was your
doing?
body. Like you couldn't stop. It was that much. Like you're forcing move. And I'm like, man, y'all doing too much. I'm like, I gotta go. Like so, like
Yeah.
after that, I stopped doing crowds. Like I don't really do big crowds,
Yeah.
and so we wound up going back to Canal Street, and there's a McDonald's on Canal Street.
Yep.
And so, matter of fact, not the McDonald's. We're in IHOP. We're in the IHOP that's on Canal Street.
Oh, there is an IHOP there. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a few streets over. Like it's on Canal Street a little bit over from Bourbon. And we go in there, we about to eat. It's like maybe like 2, 3 in the morning. It's still kind of packed. Although not too good. Like some of the people went home, but like it's still packed.
Mhm.
And we inside, and we're like, man, that's crazy. Talking about the person who got shot and stuff. And then the door's kind of like locked because like it was about to close, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it was like chaos. It was like, yeah, we're not gonna be 24 hours today. And,
Yeah, we're
there's a
on
police officer inside of the IHOP. This dude comes to the window with a gun
Oh God.
and banging on the door, talking about "let me in." There's an officer on the other side of this door, and he's banging on the door, on the door,
fuck?
on the glass door with a
With
gun,
a gun.
like talking about opening the door.
What is happening?
Like that's how much,
Officer wasn't ready for that.
He said, "Bro, we had an IHOP right now."
right? Like what the? I'm in there like, and I'm from the city, so I know it gets crazy, but I'm like, that takes a lot of audacity,
You gotta have some gall about you.
right? I was like,
Well,
yeah.
usually people that have a gun are going away from the police. You know what I'm
Said,
saying?
"Where's the
Right.
I need to get as close
He's
to
like-
the police as possible."
He's like, let me in.
Let me in.
I'm
I'm trying
a
to
party
police
with you,
officer.
sir.
Let
I'm
me
gonna
in.
rob you and get to that register. And everybody, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And that was like the last time I went to Bourbon.
I don't know.
And that was
I don't blame you.
12 years ago.
Bourbon was
Damn.
cool the first night. Not quite as cool, but still, I was like walking around. I was like, it's kind of cool. Wednesday night when I was walking down Bourbon, I had enough. I can only be barked at about, you want to buy some weed and or coke? So many times before I'm like, no, leave me alone. And it's like, walk by 2 or 3 Penthouse, Larry Flint joints. And it's like, you want to buy a dance? You want to buy this? No, please leave me alone. They're like, why are you here then? I'm like, I don't know, some stupid. What do you want me to say? I'm in New
I'm on
Orleans.
vacation,
What's
goddamn.
Oh, I'm trying to vacation. Damn.
Trying to vacation and explore.
What's the street that Cafe Du Monde is on? I forget what street that is. I've spent most of my time on that street.
I'm not fully sure, but that's it is. Like I said, I've been away from home for a while, but it's like you can still get there from Canal Street, and because like that's
Yeah, you can.
that's
just
all the
walk there,
French
basically.
Quarters, and so like they go to the back and you go around like. If if Bourbon and Canal is right here, that motherfucker is right there.
Yeah, it's right next to water too.
Yeah, because like Canal Street. Once you keep going down, like if you go-
Decatur.
That's
Decatur-
right.
Decatur
Yeah.
Street.
Yeah. Yeah, so like that, and I know that just comes on the back way and it comes back to the 7th Ward because I'm from the 7th Ward. Like I don't know the streets and stuff like when I go back home,
Uh-huh.
but I know how to get everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice,
Like,
nice,
'cause
nice.
the thing about like I left New Orleans when I was 14,
Mhm.
so like I wasn't driving.
That's kind of how I am with Milwaukee. I don't really know my way around.
Yeah, I was a
there, just like-
passenger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I started driving like my last couple of years in Dallas, so
Uh-huh.
like I know a little bit how to drive around Dallas, which is a huge ass fucking city.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know,
Bro, driving to New Orleans looks stressful. So stressed. I caught a couple Ubers there. I was like, I do not envy you guys because there's so many people walking around. Every lane is tight as hell. You're trying to
Potholes
not
everywhere.
do, but yeah, that's another thing. I did not see a lot of cops. Very minimal police presence throughout like my entire stay there. There's a few times where it was like, I stayed at the Wyndham, and I walked outside and there was like an ambulance and a few cops there, but otherwise, I really didn't see a lot of police presence out there.
I saw a lot of potential criminals, but no cops.
Police presence.
Police presence. Officer, Chris Paul trying to beat me up.
Hey, did you see a lot of drifters?
No, not nobody trying to do no drifting that I could see.
Not like
I was about
not like the drive, not driving
Oh.
drift, like the There's like it's like the people who are like homeless by choice, and I don't know if that they like.
I mean,
wear,
I saw people outside looking homeless multiple nights in a row, but I don't know if
Yeah.
I'd call them drifters.
They be like they all wear like brown clothes
I was about to say.
and like
So
tannish
post-apocalyptic.
clothes. Yeah, man.
there was I know Tuesday night when I was out at 2 or 3 in the morning. I was like, I feel like I'm in like I Am Legend with Will Smith and shit.
Nah, for real, it gets weird. Like
It's
and like
Mickey.
you know, like they say, Austin is weird. Like New Orleans,
Austin ain't weird compared to New Orleans. I'll
It
tell you
ain't-
that much.
yeah. it's like it's a fun weird in Austin, and
Yeah.
like you know,
Yeah,
Relatively carefree. you know?
yeah, like you know, like I'm into like
It's
things that you may not have heard of, but if you heard about it, you may like it too.
yeah.
New Orleans, like you did what?
Yeah.
and who was there?
Yeah, it's a lot more
And a
aggro.
magical frog?
Weird. Yeah,
You
dude,
know,
it's,
like you think you're dating like a witch, like oh I got these spooky chicks here, and you know like
Yeah.
oh she's from the valley, she moved to Austin, and she's a witch. You know what I'm saying? But like you know what I'm saying, which I love them first of all, but
Yeah.
like, and I'm like oh I'm into those. I'm actually kind of into some of those chicks, but like that saying if a shorty in New Orleans told me she's a witch, I'm not playing with that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That- you know, he's like, okay, you know, I'm not. Like, it's a little bit different, like because
Yeah.
those like you know like you're
that's
dealing
legit.
with
That's
quote-
legit people. That's like, I take this witch shit
I
seriously.
take this serious. I got
Yeah.
a rabbit foot, a frog, and an
Damn.
albino finger in my pocket type shit. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of people from that like region, like Florida and Louisiana. I don't know about Alabama,
The
Mississippi.
the southeast region.
Like I feel like there's at least in Florida, there's a lot of Haitians,
Mm-hmm.
and Haitians are into that voodoo shit.
Nah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a real religion, and it's and
It's a cool religion.
it is.
They talked about I went on a haunted tour, and the tour guy was like, everybody thinks about voodoo as this real bad stuff, like scary pop culture shit. It's just another religion. It's
right,
just kind
hoodoo
of like
and voodoo.
what did he say? It was like West African mixed with Catholicism and kind of like intermingled in the city. And it's not like a good or bad thing. It's just
It's
that's-
just not a religion.
It's just a religion. That's what it is.
Wonder
Yeah.
what they call the voodoo churches.
Yeah, I'm not really sure,
Don't recall.
but I do know. I don't want to dive like try to go all in because I don't really know like that.
Yeah,
But I do know like a lot of it was like in America it was kind of turned off like because like to kind of take people away from their roots and like oh that's bad, this is anti. It was one of those
Yeah.
things. It's really not as bad as people. It's just like I say any other religion that wasn't like I guess mainstream Christianity. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It was
why
bad.
that's why I'm like feel weird about Christianity, man. Because I feel like Christianity was like sort of forced on slaves.
Sorta.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
almost order. It
I
was.
was about to say that shit
Um,
fully was.
It was
Damn.
what it was.
Well, it's like it was forced, but then like slaves like relied and like found like faith in Christianity. That's one side of it. But then you got like the side of Christianity that whites used to justify slavery and shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
People do wild shit for religion, man.
But it's like we all know that though, right? We all know that this was forced on
millions
slaves.
of people,
But
not just slaves, but millions
Yeah,
of people.
literally like
Christians
entire
still-
nations.
Right.
I feel like most like black people I know are Christians.
Nah,
honestly.
nah, facts, and like this is not the religion of your forefathers.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Like,
He said, "Oh, you did this shit back in the day."
But it's also the weirdest thing about it is like, without going too crazy into the religion, but like America, America's what people left England to escape crucifixion, being crucified for different religious beliefs.
Yeah,
And then they come over here and it's like, oh, you're not this, you're a witch.
yeah. Damn, yeah.
Like, you brought the same mentality over here, and then they're like, actually, we can give them hope. Well, we take away, we can take away everything else and give them hope.
Yeah.
And that's, what I'm saying, and that's when Obama come in.
What that Obamacare?
Right, Obamacare. Do he care? You know,
Do
like,
he care?
Damn.
Got dad jokes for days. My guy,
he
he
care?
caught it. that's some like real like I was about to say sadistic, not sadistic, but like that's some real like selfish shit that's like create.
Yeah.
Like it's called like it's like it's his healthcare plan.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's Obama's healthcare plan. But it's like Obamacare. Like,
Yeah.
It's like saying like if I had a health, it was like shirt off he care. It was like so every time you say like he cares.
He
Right,
Like
yeah.
he cares a lot. Like
Do he though?
We need the Carfax.
Yeah, the
You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
no.
But it's crazy. Usually we just come up here and kind of just shoot the shit, but then you were actually getting prepared for this shit. And
man.
you sent me like a bunch of like.
Doing the homework.
That's
Yeah,
that's how we started off real hot on the BBW.
Right. Now, yeah. Because I know I ramble a lot, and so like
Got to structure
And
it
then
a
we
little
were
bit.
talking about earlier about just rambling and stuff. I'm like, you know what? Here's some little, you know what I'm saying, some little points.
Practicing
Yeah.
brevity.
So we the homies, so we can talk about anything. But I was just like
they
trying to
lucky
get some.
they cut us off at 9 because we be in here till midnight chopping it up and shit.
Hell yeah. How about Cardi B?
They say she
throwing
getting
mics at
sued. She
people.
getting
Yeah,
sued.
that's
Good.
That's
I-
weird.
good. I'm tired, man. That's stupid.
How you
People,
feel?
I think people fucking need to respect people on stage more and
Oh
quit
no,
being.
Cardi B's getting sued.
Yeah, that lady she threw the mic at is suing her for throwing the mic at her.
So you're saying good that she's getting sued?
I think it's good she threw the mic at her.
That's why I was confused. Yeah, I was confused because your tone was like,
Sorry.
Good.
Good. I hope she gets sued.
and then
Fuck
you
her.
like,
No, I'm just
good.
playing.
Yeah, because people need to
Oh,
respect
my
the people on the
God.
stage. I'm like, hold
It's-
on, huh?
Bro, it's crazy. Like it's been happening a lot lately, and I don't quite know why. It makes me concerned.
Did someone disrespect you on stage?
Bro, if someone threw a beer at me while
Nah.
I'm trying to like rap on stage,
Oh,
I
man.
don't even know what I'd do.
On me, talking about this stage, it ain't that many people in here. I'm gonna beat your ass up.
I'll be like, I
Yeah.
see you explicitly. We are throwing hands. I hate it had to be you, but you doing it.
Apparently, Cardi B was telling them to spray water on her because she was hot or something like that. But I guess I don't know. Whatever.
Imagine that. That's funny as fuck.
That's neither here nor there. Whatever, right? However that happened, it happened.
Whatever.
She had a reason to throw the mic. Whatever. But to do that twice in one day,
Oh, she did it twice?
I'm pretty sure she threw two mics
Two
at two
mics?
different
Who
people
giving her these many
in
mics?
one day. She had I think she had a show later that night.
So she the opposite
Oh, my
of
God.
Scorpion.
I didn't research this much, but I think the DJ fucked up her music or something like that.
Throw a mic at him.
She threw the mic at the
Oh my
DJ.
God,
Bro, get her a
It-
boomerang.
Okay, that it's not great.
It's
Yeah,
like-
you generally shouldn't throw metal shit at people.
Okay,
That's
dude.
just what-
Like I can. She's like building up a habit. I feel like what I'm saying.
I
She's
watched
like
this
having
better
a
come to our
signature.
show with a helmet.
It's like her
it's
special
a-
move.
I'm gonna send it to y'all later. This is video of like all the shit she's thrown at people.
Oh,
They was
my
like they should have
God.
known that she don't play. Like sort of popping off. And it's like in that I think this new Offset video. Like he's doing something. Like he's at the bottom. He's like talking to her, like doing something. But he's like reenacting like James Brown.
Oh
And then, like,
yeah.
She throws something from the back, and then he like, oh, he like dodged it or some
What
shit.
the fuck?
Then it like shows a video of somebody with like a chancla, however you say it, with like
Yep.
Latin people like throw like the slippers.
Little sandals.
Yeah.
And like someone, it looked like her, but I don't think it's her at the end. And somebody do something, they run off. They run way down the street. And she
Yeah.
throws it and it and hit him in the
She got it like that?
It's like a montage of like her popping off at people, but she's thrown at least like 5 different things. Like
Dude,
To be throwing.
imagine like being the sound guy or like the coordinator, and you got to be the one to hand Cardi B the mic
Oh.
for her to get on stage. You be like, "Now, Cardi,
All right, I'm gonna give you this mic.
I'm gonna give you this mic."
We got a problem.
so she got to sign contracts. Like,
Yeah.
she need a retractable mic. So her
Right.
mic can
Bro.
only, it don't have to. It don't have to be connected to anything else. But it has to be connected to her wrist, and it's
Right.
like
Oh my
with a
God.
like a 5-foot leash. You know, like people have
You
their
get
kids
this
in a
much
more-
length. Make
Right,
do with it.
but you gonna hit your shin. Don't throw that shit.
Don't say-
That's crazy, dude. Did you see the Pusha T video?
No.
Apparently, I saw this like either earlier today or yesterday. He was doing a concert, and I think him and Drake beefing again or some shit.
Oh,
And,
okay. Yeah.
I heard about Drake bars towards him. Yeah.
Yeah, and at the show, allegedly, Pusha T was like, he's doing a show, and then out of nowhere, everybody just starts throwing, like a bunch of people start throwing beer at him. Out of
And
no,
Pusha T?
Yes, dude. And it's like,
Oh,
it's
damn.
gnarly, and it's like, holy shit, that's a lot of beer being thrown at him. And then,
Wow.
like, it's a scuffle breaks out, security's falling all over and trying to get these people. And then Pusha T comes out after it all chills out, and he's like, this motherfucker Drake trying to hire people, throw beer at me. I'm like, damn, bro, that's gnarly.
Man.
I'm not trying to be that guy.
Okay, I will say I thought Drake's diss track to Pusha T, like when it was beefing initially, like the what was the Duppy freestyle versus the story of Adidon or whatever.
You are
I thought-
hiding a child.
I thought the Duppy freestyle was better. I'll
Right.
say that. I also think, from what I know and from what I like to listen to, I think that Drake is a better rapper than Pusha T. But I like Pusha
co-sign
T.
both of these.
and I do not think he deserves a bunch of beer thrown
I
at him
don't-
because
I
this
don't agree.
fucking pop star has like fucking
So I'm on,
mentally guarded everybody against him. You know what
so
I'm saying?
I'm on the other side of this. I think he deserved to get thrown shit at
Oh.
him.
He said, I was there throwing it.
I've been waiting to get on camera to do my anti Pusha T shit.
Okay.
Oh,
First
no.
of all,
Oh, no.
we're all rappers in here, and like I do think that Pusha T can rap. I
Okay.
do think that Pusha T overemphasized on bars that are not cold.
Yeah, I do. I,
Too
I
many
agree.
times.
He'd be like, and he'll make you like,
Yeah.
he'll like really accentuate like the bar, and it's just like that wasn't that cold. But
I just
I'll say
want
for the next one.
I
I
like
just
the
in the
sauce on it.
upcoming verse. It wasn't like a diss a bar at him, but like I said some shit that was actually cold, and then I said like a pun of like I was talking about shit. And I
yeah,
was like, ugh. Because it was like actually a kind of a cold bar. Then I said shit, so it's like, even if it wasn't cold, that was nasty.
Yeah.
That was nasty.
So
He's
it,
so
it
nasty.
applied. And it was
Yeah.
like, anytime you do ugh, it don't apply.
Yeah.
And I just like, I go ugh afterwards. So I'm like, that wasn't cold, bro.
Dude.
And like, his fans are the worst. Like, his fans
Fans
think,
are the worst.
because they believe in him.
I don't know. I don't. I don't know.
They
like,
buy what he's selling.
I don't know what a Pusha T fan looks like. I've never met a Pusha T fan, like
You know?
Anybody defend him?
somebody who's like
Not fucking-
Pusha T. Pusha T's my favorite rapper.
I don't
You
know.
ever
I
met
don't
anybody
know.
like that?
That's a wild stance.
Nah,
I can see like someone being like, "I love Clips. Clips rocks.
Yeah.
That was my shit."
that era was crazy. But I've had some arguments with people who was like this and that, and I'm like, bro, that shit was not cold. And like,
Yeah.
I feel like I think he's great, and you know what I'm saying, he dressed well or whatever. You know,
he
what I'm saying?
dressed well. he
Like,
got nice
look-
clothes.
look at
He
shit
put it together.
Nothing shit he be talking about. You know what I'm saying? About
Yeah.
his fashion and selling
We're
dope.
making a compliment sandwich right now.
Yeah, selling dope 20, 40 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I get it, but hey, I do believe in if something works for you, stick with it. Cool.
I
Yeah.
will say he's probably my favorite guy that raps about dealing coke.
Come on, I like Freddie Gibbs better.
Ooh, damn, got him.
But
Said,
that was
I hate it had to
that
be
was
you.
one of the funniest things. Like,
Damn.
you know, actually put me. We was talking about earlier. Shout out to one of my best friends, Allie. We were talking about Allie. We're talking about you, me and my friend, and Allie actually put me on Freddie Gibbs.
For real?
Like we were like,
That's dope.
her and like one of my other friends, Gab. They put me on like a lot of different music that I didn't used to listen to previously, and it also helped change how I started writing music too. Because I was like,
Yeah, man.
some people will like go to parties like, ooh, I'm at this party, let me put on my music. I'm like, I never was that guy. Like, I'm like, I'm checking the vibes.
Yeah.
And so like the music that my friends would play, I'm like, hold on, why are you listening to this dude rap about crack? I'm like,
Yeah.
like, it didn't.
We at a
you know,
party right
it didn't-
now.
It wasn't necessarily the party, but it was like the people I was partying with. I'm like, what do y'all know about crack? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
but the beats made sense. Like, so that started making me understand the music. I'm like,
I know it's
oh, you're
jams.
not really. And even if you are listening to, I'm not saying she's not listening to the words because she has great music taste.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, even if you are not listening to these words, this song is still enjoyable.
Mhm.
And that's when that was one of the times when I start like fully grasping that concept that
Yeah, man.
you can enjoy the music without fully having to experience that lifestyle or even agree with the lifestyle. I'm pretty
Or
sure.
even really know what the vibe what they talking about.
Right.
Shelly and I was talking about it yesterday because we were talking about the new Travis Scott album, and I'm historically not the biggest Travis Scott fan ever, but
Right.
I can acquiesce and say he got a nice ear and he got good production,
Yes.
and he brings out good in the features that he puts on his shit.
I can agree with that. I haven't listened to the last one, but
I haven't listened to.
I went
Utopia
back
either.
and listened to like like his two well, I listened to Astroworld, and I think it was I don't know if it was Birds of a Feather.
Beebs, Birds in the Trap.
Birds in the
singing
Trap.
Brian
I said
McKnight.
I said Birds of a Feather. Is that Gucci Man? Nah.
Wappenheimer.
Oppenheimer. Talking about Burby.
Burby.
That's his page I follow with like cover arts and stuff, and there's like Gucci Man asked all of his like fans to do like cover, like send y'all a favorite.
There's
like,
some good
cover art.
ones.
There was some cold ones. I was like,
Damn, I was like,
yo,
I need to do
this,
that shit.
you seen that?
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, this shit fire. I'm like, he got a Burby coming out.
Burby.
But nah, yeah. But Travis Scott, he definitely. I agree with that. He really do bring out the best of people, and so I like. You know, like that Drake when him and Drake worked together. That was like that was a crazy ass song. Like the video was fucking nuts too.
Yeah.
But like how I was like,
Are you talking about Sicko Mode?
Sicko Mode? Yeah.
Okay.
Like when
Yeah,
Sicko
Sicko
Mode
was pretty fun.
Sicko Mode when it first came, you know what I'm saying? I was just like,
That was a good time.
the way they approach the song, like what is like sometimes for me, like even if the bars or this and that, the cold is like you say, like just experiencing the music for what it is,
Yeah.
it's all is great to me as well. And I was like, I don't think I heard a song switch 4 times before.
That's a lot of switch.
And
I feel like that's kind of a cheat code. I feel like that's kind of a cop out to me.
Ooh, a
okay,
cop out.
elaborate.
Because like
He said this shit ain't good enough. Need to switch up.
it's just like, yeah, let's just make a whole new song.
But
And
keep it
I
this
don't know,
song.
like 15 seconds, however long of this song, and then all right, we're gonna switch it up and make a whole new song. It's just it makes it seem like you can't naturally mesh with another artist on like a song, right?
Okay, never thought about
This
it
is
that
like,
way.
and maybe that's not where they're coming from. This is just how I hear it. I'm not trying to hear a song just switch up 4 times. To be honest, I don't know.
Sorry.
I get that. I think, but Drake, that's something that Drake had. I think he does that. He's been doing that in some of his music where he
Yeah.
does it like twice.
I like switch ups.
Yeah.
I think what bothers me particularly about that one is switches up very quick. I love the way that Sicko
spastic.
Mode starts out, and it's just like those like organs sounding like it sounds like real sad and dark, and sun is out, and Drake's like I tried to show him, and then it's just like, and then it drops for like 2 bars, and then it just stops. It's like all right, new
Never
song.
mind.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
just like
Trash it.
what are we doing here, man?
I-
This is like, but it's almost like a. I'm not saying it's trash because I mean it's a cool song, right?
Right.
But it kind of throws me off a little bit.
I could feel that.
Yeah.
Definitely, I thought you was, and definitely from the way you said, you said it was a cop out on the collaboration.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
like y'all couldn't find a beat that works for both of y'all, or y'all can get these 4 producers, whoever made all 4
yeah.
They work on one beat together.
to
Sound good.
to
Shit.
make something that works for the both of you.
Exactly.
So I feel you
Yeah,
on that,
yeah.
in that sense of a cop out. I never thought about it like that. I was just thinking from the thing. I'm like, damn, y'all put 4 songs in one, and it sounded dope.
Mhm.
But like honestly, like you said, anyone can technically just new song.
Yeah.
Hey, here's just one song, but really
Yeah.
just hit 3 transitions.
That's a lot of transitions, bro.
It really is.
And maybe
tired.
that's not where they were coming from with. Maybe it wasn't a cop out.
Because in the video
like,
it looked, but in the video it looks cool too. Because like
yeah.
I think I saw the video before I heard the song.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I heard the song first with the video, and so like when it's switching, I'm watching this video visually switch,
Yeah.
and that could have been one of the things too. Because sometimes when I write songs, I'm writing for the stage and visually.
Yeah.
Yes, I had to take myself out of that sometimes because it'll slow down my writing of
Yeah.
the song.
Uh-huh.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like that could, like I said, that could have been you're not sure where they came from, but
Maybe it was like it's like a score almost. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
and that's
Yeah.
kind of how I always like since I've been writing music, I always thought about music like that. Like it's a soundtrack or a score.
That's
I can
cool
dig
though.
that.
Yeah.
It's a nice theatrical mindset behind it.
Yeah, I try to go away from it sometimes, but it's the gift and the
Sometimes I just want
curse.
to bar it up, bro.
Right, nah, that's what I've been trying to write lately. Right, I've been going back to writing without beats.
Really?
Oh wow.
Yeah, like that was I was a poet first. Talk about shirt off Faye Roman. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a poet and a nerd before, but I was always
Okay.
kind of like a cool nerd, you know? Like
But you're writing songs without beats. How does I'm just curious how does that? Do you think that helps you? Like what's the point of that?
I do think it helped definitely helped. It helped in 2 ways. One, like I'm not trying to like fit the like first when you're writing, you're not just trying to like fit these bars to this beat or whatever. So you're just writing freely.
I can see it eliminating distractions.
There's
for
eliminated
sure.
distractions, so you're writing freely.
Uh-huh.
But also you what was the other thing? When you get to putting on a beat, now it gives you this new challenge, but also a perk of finding new flows.
It's like
Because you wrote this song with no beat, and now you have to put it on the beat.
Yep.
So now you have to slightly reconstruct these bars or stretch certain, you know what I'm saying, syllables. And you putting syllables in different places. So I'm like, damn, I didn't think all those going to fit. So sometimes you may just cut, or you may drag it. And that's something I was doing today. You know what I'm saying? For this one song. I was like, okay, this is cool. I was like, let me just cut the beat off. I'm not gonna write with no beat.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, and like, so I went back to my nerd stuff.
Just
and,
find your own rhythm type shit.
Yeah. And it made me think about that too, because I was like, listen to my bro Bot's last project.
Shout out Robot.
Shout out
B.O.T.
Robot Jones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boy. B.O.T.
And Bot has always been like really, like since we first started rapping, he's been really good with flows.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
Bot got some of the craziest flows. I feel like if you go through his discography, I feel like his flow is really untouched. And like some of his bars too, but like he don't mind just going there and having silly fun. Like Bot got so much music.
That's dope.
Like it's so many times I'm like, hey bro, I'm like, start releasing, stop dropping. You know what I'm saying? Like we just had a conversation about this recently. But like, you know, but like he learned it from like the way he just so many songs. He's like, bro, I might just try this. I might try this. Try this.
Hell yeah.
And so for me, like working with this person for like, you know what I'm saying, the last 8 to 10 years, and like trying to make sure like one, I don't copy his flow.
Yeah.
One, our music sound different. You know what I'm saying? We have a different energy with our music. And something we come together. Sometimes I'll like match. I may start my verse off with a similar flow, or I may intentionally counter his flow. You know what I'm saying? But that taught me
juxtapose a little bit.
Juxtapose.
Yeah.
And like, you know what I'm saying? So like that started making me, but I was recently listening to his project, and we was talking about like getting back in the studio like more actively. And like, yeah, bro, let's just get over. I'm like, all right, bet. And I'm like, you know what? Let me get back on my flow. I was listening to his flow. I like, this shit crazy.
This shit crazy.
This shit crazy. And I was like kind of stuck. Like I said, I was rapping to my beats. And I was like, damn, that's why I've been kind of not really stuck in the same like flow recently, but like in a couple flows. And I was like, man, y'all need new flows, trap doors.
Gotta challenge yourself.
Sorry. It reminds me of like when people always hear like I've watched a lot of interviews of rappers who've like spent a lot of time in prison, and I forgot like what podcast or like platform it was, but he would always ask them like, do you ever like write songs, music in prison? And it's just like, I don't know niggas be having cell phones and shit in prison now and like all
So
kind of stuff.
Probably.
Yeah. But I would always think like if I had to do like some hard time, like what kind of music would I be writing? How would I even be writing it? You know what I'm saying?
I remember O3 Greedo did that, and he was like having to like record music through the prison phone he was talking on. He's like rapping into this while they recording his vocals.
Right.
Yo, push me in.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy.
Nah, yeah. One of my partners just got out of jail, and he's been started got back to recording. You know, came out, started working, getting himself right, and now he's like, you know what? If I'm back, you know, I'm getting my shit.
Yeah.
And I went to the studio with him, and he was like, hey, I got this song for you. And I was like, but I'm really like brand specific when it comes to me like rapping with people and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't just hop on anything. Like he's talking about flexing. I'm like, I'm not in the flexing stage. I'm trying to get my life together.
Yeah.
I just got through depression. What the fuck I'm flexing? I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Flex about that.
You know, but
I'm living.
I'm like that don't really work for me. Like, but fuck it. I'm like, I'm down to help you create this, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm like brand. I'm like I can still write for it, and I can still help you put it together. You're like, yeah, I just got. So like we're in the studio and. One of the homies in there producing, and then like, and he was like, "Oh shit, Fee, I forgot to sing you the beat." And he like, "Fuck it, I'm about to go rap it right now." And I'm like, "How you about to do what?" I'm like, "This is a song." He like, "Nah, but don't worry about it." And
What?
so like,
Wait. So he doesn't have the beat, but he's about to go in and rap the song.
And about to rap the song to a beat, another song he about to go rap this. He didn't send me the beat, so while someone is making him a beat for another song, he's about to go rap this song that he got from me on this other beat.
Okay.
But the
Wow.
beat is getting made, so it's not even a complete beat.
Wow.
And so like, he like, I'm about to just go rap, and he just start rapping, and he spit like 24 bars.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, is that the beat? I'm like, you sound on the beat. Nah, I was just trying to, you don't want you to catch it. And I was like, I was like,
Keep you on your
where's the
toes.
hook? He's like, I ain't really got no hook.
He
It's
said,
just a bunch
"What
of shit. And like, he's like, about we in it, so. And so like, he's like, but that certain part that is catchy. And I'm like, I'm actually need the beat, bro. Cause like I said, with them, when it comes to people in jail, like, and I had another homie who was like doing the feds, they writing in their head. Sometimes they write in their head.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just writing, they just freeform writing. And some parts may be catchy, but like, it's just a bunch of shit in their head.
Yeah,
and I was like, bro, I might just rap something out. Like, rap it to me, like in person, bro. I can't hear that off beat to that beat that's not to that beat. He like, hey, can you change the BPM? Like,
Oh my
Going
God.
backwards, yeah.
bro, I was like, yo,
I'm taking you on a journey, bro.
it was fun, but I understand where he was coming from because I had homies who've been to, you know what I'm saying, jail and writing in jail, so I know how their brain working. But like, he write a lot, so he had a bunch of fucking songs. But like, it's kind of like the same thing, like you said, writing without no beat.
Yeah.
And then just like, hey, put this to the beat. So that's how he was in the studio with the producer. He rapping a song, hey, can you make a beat for this?
Yeah.
Rapping a song, make a beat for this.
I thought when you said that he didn't have the beat, he didn't send you the beat, and he was like, I thought you were gonna say he was gonna start doing the
Hell yeah.
Early that morning.
Oh my
Niggas in
God.
jail be singing for shit show. Like,
Dude.
a lot of
I
singing.
love
there.
seeing that shit, man.
Nah,
Because the motherfuckers just be this. You can't stop. Like, it just shows like people. You can't stop like the creativity. You know what I'm
Nah, for
saying?
real,
Like
for real.
people. That's how you know people love that shit. You know, if you know they're just you make a song, you still making songs in prison. Like it's like, bro, that's you fuck with you love
You love this
music.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? You love this shit, man.
Right.
Because like
Big fan.
you're in a place where everything is kind of stripped away from you, and you can't really do anything, but you still find a way to do it. And it's pretty,
I was in jail for
pretty
like 8 days.
Mhm.
I was scared. I ain't gonna lie. I was scared for my life.
tight. In New Orleans?
Nah, in Austin.
Oh shit.
Now
Damn.
I went to jail like in 2015 for some shit that's still like fucking me up. Weed related.
That sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's legal, not the amount. No. So I went to jail, but I was only like when I originally got arrested, I was in jail for like a day, and 10 hours away.
Damn.
That was crazy. I drove back to Austin, like got my car at the pound, drove back to Austin. As soon as I got on Austin, I'm passing Riverside to go to Slaughter because I was like down south. And I see my ex-girlfriend getting arrested for DUI.
What?
Getting arrested, I'm like, that looked like, because I was dating a freaky big girl.
Yeah.
I'm on the highway. Look at me, the punchline came back. I'm
said,
on the
"Is that my
highway
girl?"
driving. I got pulled over twice on the way from jail.
Oh my
I went to jail in
God.
Stratford, Texas. I was like 30 minutes inside of coming from the Panhandle, Oklahoma. I just 30 miles in from Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I got arrested at. And so when I got out of jail like 24 hours later, I had like $1,200 in my name. $500 went to my bond because it was like first time, only time I got in trouble really.
Yeah.
And $700 went into the pound. So all my
Damn.
money gone. So like now,
700 to the oh my
700
god,
to get my
your
car
back.
Get my car
That's
back.
fucked, bro.
Then to
Damn.
drive 10 hours to get back home.
That's
Shit.
crazy.
Got pulled over twice. I'm like, look, officer, I just got out of jail with her. I'm trying to get home. I was speeding. I'm like, get
Yeah.
me home. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like
Yeah.
wondering like how much time I'm about to face. You know what I'm saying? They just told me some crazy numbers. And I'm like, what the
You're like,
fuck?
fuck, man.
I'm like, whatever. I was in a whole different mentality at that point, and
Whatever.
in that year. But anyway, so like I'm driving. I'm like, I see her like, ain't no fucking way. I see her car. I know her cars. You got stickers and shit. And so I hit the U-turn, exit on Riverside, come around, hit that little gas station right there by that La Quinta.
the holiday.
Is it like Holiday
the Holiday Inn,
Express?
the cylinder.
That one right there. That
Holiday
food
Inn.
truck over there.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's right there. And I'm like, what the fuck? I see her friend. I'm going off on her friend. What the fuck you got her out here? This was like the last like toxic relationship. I've never like cursed on anybody since then. I'm pissed.
Yeah.
And like, cause her friend was like one of my friends. I was like, why the fuck? It hurt her. I'm like, can you let her drive like this? For real? And
Damn.
I'm pissed. And she's just looking at me drunk. Oh, what? I'm like, are you this? I'm like, first of all, you supposed to be home.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of jail.
Oh.
I'm getting out of jail. You out here drinking and shaking
driving?
ass. I mean, you drinking and shaking ass. Now you arrested. I gotta bail you out in the morning. I just got out of jail.
Oh my
You know,
god.
we look bad as a unit right here.
Yeah, right.
We gotta get our act together.
Dysfunctional.
All right, I'm like, God damn. But like I said, but that's the first part of it. But like months later, I end up talking about the whole jail story. But months later, like I said, I'd never been in jail before. Like like I said, I was a straight A student, student council, all of that shit in
Yeah.
high school. Like I never got in any trouble. And so like this happened. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know, like, I think they sent the papers to the wrong thing, so I missed my court date.
Ah,
So this is like, I'm gonna like this is like August 2015.
Yeah.
2015 was one of my best and worst years, like one of the craziest years of my life, and then like worst time of my life at the same time. So it was like August, and so like 2016 in May, they called and like, hey, you missed your court date. It's warrant out for your arrest. I'm like, what? I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, I didn't know I had court. Like I said, I
Yeah,
didn't know
that's
that
fucked
shit
up.
worked.
That's some.
And it was like, I called out of the state department. We're like, well, just don't get pulled over. We're gonna figure it out. I'm like, what the fuck?
Just don't
guys.
get pulled over.
And I had a bunch of homies staying with me at the crib, so it was like crazy at my crib. And at this time, me and the shorty was broken up, but I still had a key, and she like you could just go to my place anytime. She wasn't really home a lot. It was out of town. So I'm like, okay, bet. So like, I had a bunch of homies at my crib, about 10 niggas at my crib.
Man.
I'm like, fuck y'all can stay at the crib. I'm about to go by her crib. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I got a key over there, and she lived. So I'm driving. I'm at the intersection. 2 police cars get behind me, just running plates. Get arrested. Boom. So like now I'm in there like on a hold. Because of like, I'm basically got a warrant for my arrest.
Oh, this is the 8 days you're talking
This is the
about.
8. This is why I'm in
Okay.
jail for 8 days. So
Yeah.
that's just so I'm like I'm in there writing and stuff. I'm like, damn. I'm like, this is crazy. And I remember like I'm walking, and I'm kind of a little stocky. And definitely like in 2015, I'm like, and I know about go to jail. So like, I think I had to start boxing recently around that time. That was when I first started boxing, and I was way more cut. Like that was
Yeah.
probably one of my swollest times
Mhm.
around in 2016. Because I'm like, I'm gonna go to jail, and like I had accepted my fate.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the lifestyle I was living. I knew what I was like, and I'm actually glad I went to jail, like because I was on a path about to do some crazy. I had a master plan
reality
for what I'm
check.
about to do, and I'm like, and I probably would have been in jail or dead. You know what I'm saying? Actually serving time. But I was like walking, and they had like. I was in like most people in my block was like they did like trespassing or some shit like that,
Yeah.
or was on hold to go to another place.
Yeah.
But I wasn't there with no like really like it was a marijuana like a felony class A marijuana possession. So like I'm not in there with like no horror criminals who got murder and assault
Yeah.
and shit like that. But we're walking and I'm walking past the people who were murder and assault and shit, and the nigga I don't see him. All I hear is. Nigga, you ain't swole.
Oh, damn. That's tough.
I'm like,
I bet you
what?
you walking in there trying to be like, yeah.
I wasn't on no tough shit. I'm just like, I have big traps. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And they're like, come on, I know
Carrying
I got
the
big
load.
traps.
I got big traps.
I got
man.
big traps. And
Let you go work
I'm in
out.
that bitch. We watch. It was nothing but TV in that hole. Really, every commercial break, I'm hitting push-ups.
Yep.
Yeah.
And different type of push-up.
Hell
The more
yeah.
diamond. Wow. I'm like, You know what I'm saying?
Trapped
So
up.
like,
Yeah.
I'm in that bitch like, about damn near 1,000 push-ups a day.
Yeah.
That's why I'm in jail for 8 days. Talking about 1,000. I'm in there. I'm like, ain't shit nothing to do but play chess. And I'm arguing with this one dude. He wasn't up for trespassing, but he was on a trespassing on his own, like his dad property, and like his dad called the police. Like I don't know why with the rule and this. It's my house too. I'm like, bro, it's really not. It's your dad's house.
Yeah.
But I'm like, he was like 24. I'm like, he was like arguing. I'm like, I'm about to argue with this. I'm gonna fight this nigga over some shit that I don't really care about.
Yeah.
I'm like, nigga, you ain't here because you don't listen to your dad.
Yeah.
I ain't about to argue with you like nigga. Just
Argue with your
checkmate. Right, come
argue
on.
with your dad.
Argue with your dad. Checkmate, nigga. So I was like, bro, I stopped playing chess with him after that because I'm like, bro, you dumb. First of all, you dumb,
Yeah.
and you emotional. He was like a mama's
right.
boy. He was big though. He was a big ass motherfucker. I'm not gonna say it was an
Yeah.
easy fight, but I'm like, it was nonsense. I'm like, I don't even want to talk to you. I don't really care to talk to any of you motherfuckers in here.
Right, right.
I was ready to tell like some of the old heads and that, but you gotta watch them too. Somebody gotta watch the old heads. In there.
What you in for, young blood?
You're right. What you in for, young boy? Most of them was trespassing. I'm like, well, fuck y'all.
Why is everybody trespassing?
I was like,
Stay your ass at home,
I was
man.
throwing out. I was like, but nigga, where y'all supposed to be at? No, man. I actually got a trespassing myself.
I actually just.
I got a warrant in Dallas right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
From like 2017, I was shooting a
Come
video
on.
in this in South Oak Cliff at this abandoned school.
Okay.
And
nice.
I didn't go to the doctor. What the doctor? Because there was warning labels and caution all over the thing for asbestos.
Oh,
okay.
shit.
Yeah, and
Damn.
so like we got masks on in there and shit. You know what I'm saying? But we were trying to shoot. This was actually. I'll show y'all one day. It's sometime soon. There's a video for how you came in that I never
No
released.
way.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's this animated it's like it's not animated, but it's like this fiction story of like this superhero kind of guy, and like I did it, but it didn't fully fit the vision. It was before I can better articulate what I was looking for,
Okay.
and also we missed some fighting scenes because of the school. So we in there, and then while we kind of shooting some shit, it was kind of scary in there. And we come out there, and the police is surrounding us, and like
What?
they was like, "What are y'all doing over here?" And one of them was like, "Oh, I'm a student at UNT, and we're shooting a short film." And then they found like in the back, like, "What is this gun?" And like, "It's a prop gun." And I'm like, "Please don't look. I'm on probation at this point." I'm like, "Oh no." He was like, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "Austin." I was about to say no, New Orleans. Like I'm in Oak Cliff, and I'm like, "Oh," they were on that. So I'm not trying to. I'm trying to look as soft, not tough at all.
I am not that guy.
I'm not from. I'm from Austin, sir.
I'm just from Austin. I'm
And
from
it was
Central
like,
Texas.
You know you at? You in South Oak Cliff and all this stuff. I'm like, I know where I'm at.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
come-
But I'm like, what is this?
What you mean, South Oak?
Right, and so they gave us like trespassing tickets and shit like that. And I forgot to take care of the ticket because I didn't live out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And at the time, I didn't want to like get a probation violation because I wasn't even be in Dallas.
Right.
So I'm not even trying to talk to them.
Yeah.
You know,
Like,
I'm
I'm
just
not
getting my
here.
ticket. You know what I'm saying? One of my friends, he was trying to argue. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Why you arguing with them, bro? And he was like, and he was like, the captain came in like, and y'all dumbasses probably gonna die from asbestos. And he was like, and that's the first time I even heard about this. He's like,
Yeah.
Like
he's like,
asbestos.
it can be silent for a long time, and I know where cancer. So I'm like, damn. As I'm about to tell the story, I'm like, damn, I need to go get checked up.
I should probably go check cancer.
This shit could come back anytime from a video I didn't release.
It's always that one person that want to get slick with the cops, when
Right.
everybody else
Oh
just
my
want to go
God, no.
home.
I'm
Like,
bro,
you
shut
know.
up.
Big pass. I'm not trying to
It's the
tussle with the police.
like
No,
sometimes
thank
it's
you.
just the scene is over, bro. The scene is over.
What's the charge that people get when they just talking crazy to the cop? It's
Disorderly conduct.
disorderly conduct. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. That's what you see. I see that a lot on cops. No, it was Campus PD. I would see a lot
I'm
of
about
people
to say
getting that.
PD Live. I used to watch that shit.
Usually, you get that when you just don't shut the fuck up.
Right. You gotta know when to cut it. I'm like, that was another thing. Not to dive back into my my ex. She didn't. That was one thing. She didn't know when to stop. Like
She didn't practice brevity.
Right. It was like she was getting almost in a lot of fights, and I was
Uh-huh.
like, yo. I ain't been in a fight in a long time, and you got me in these
You know what I'm saying? These
Like,
situations.
situations.
Big pass.
It was this dude. We was all walking on 6th Street. And we was coming out of the parking lot, like, and the car was coming. And I was walking, and then like she's arguing. I'm like about something like it was like a show day. And you guys know like that's the worst day to argue.
Oh God.
Like
don't.
shorty, like you know this artist life can be stressful. Don't argue with me on no show day.
Like I'm trying to get
Yeah.
my
Oh my
center
God.
together.
And it
man.
was a show. It was like this is pre kickback. This is like one of my second events at Scratch House. So I'm just developing a relationship with the owners and stuff too.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to deal with that and this and that. And I'm like, yo, why are you bringing stress into my life right now?
Oh my God.
And then she's like, just dragging her feet in the car. I'm like, can you on the street? And she's just, and just standing in front of the car. I'm like, can you get out the way? And then the two dudes hop out, two black dudes. Hey, yo, what the fuck? Woo, woo. I'm like, hey, bro, get in the car. You see me talking to her. I'm like, now you about to have me fight these two guys because you want to
Yeah.
be stupid? She's like, no, they could get. I'm like, you know what? Fuck you and them.
Yeah.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
I'm going to the kickback.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
I got some rapping to do.
You
damn
fight
it.
them. You fight these niggas. Nah, bro. But she will fight dudes though. That's about it. She fought. She helped me. She helped me in a fight before.
That's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying?
That
That's
shout out. She was solid in some ways.
throw them things, you know.
She's solid in the hands, apparently.
Nah, she had them hands. She had them hands. I ain't gonna lie.
Dude, my girl loves to argue with me after the show, man.
That's the
Oh,
It's happened like 3 or 4 times, bro.
word.
And everything, like, there's one show where everything was fine, as I thought. You know what I'm saying?
I thought it was.
We do the show. The show was crazy. We in the photo booth taking pictures afterwards.
You and her taking
Yeah,
pictures.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So we in
That's
the photo.
fine.
That's
We taking pictures.
Have a
that's
good time.
It's a memorable night.
we smiling and shit. You know
and
what I'm saying?
romantic.
Oh, we get in the car. She's like, she hit me with the. It wasn't this verbatim, but it was this kind of tone. I just think it's funny that. You know what I'm saying?
that's
She hit me
yeah.
with something like that,
Oh no.
and I was like, and it's like, she brought up something I said in one of my songs. And
Yeah.
Oh God.
and she trying to dissect it and like try to match
What are you,
things
rap
up.
genius?
It's like, I'm like, dude, relax. In Catastrophe, I'm like, she want to dance for my cam. Friend like Gina, or she more like Pam. And during that time, I was like taking my camera around and filming a lot of parties at Coconut Club and all that shit. Getting all that shit. Sometimes it'd be a chick throwing ass and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or a chick just want to look cute
on camera.
Everybody,
But it's my job.
oh yeah. And sometimes, even sometimes I'd be doing it for free, but I would do it just to create content.
But just recording booty for free. You know what it is.
And it's not. I'm not recording. Like, I ain't going out to record the ass. I'm just trying to capture the experience.
And the energy.
The atmosphere. Yeah, man. Yeah. But that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, she's like, you said she want to dance for your cam, and you're always going out and recording girls, and I bet you talk to them, and I'm just like, oh my god. After the show, bro. After the show, everything's like, you know how you feel after a really successful show. You're like, oh my god, I'm that nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, with my girl, we going home. You know what I'm saying? This is dope. And then she just, drops the bomb. I'm like, oh my god,
it's kind of funny.
I just think it's kind of funny. You talking about Gordon, it's like whatever. But women, you can't live with them. You can't live without them. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the type of person, bro. Like I get mad when people make me mad. Like that makes me mad. Like sometimes I'm like, that's like, I don't have an attitude. Like you probably never saw me like get snappy with nobody ever.
Yeah.
But like it's like I can like blow. It take a lot to me to get mad. But once I am mad. Oh, yeah. It ain't much calm me down.
Yeah.
Because I'm
already here.
You deserve this. Whatever coming to you, you know what I'm saying?
It's your fault.
It is your fault. And so that's one thing I hate when like someone like say like in that situation, like you ruined a good night and then you made me mad. Like first of all, just making me mad, it makes me mad. But I'm like, it was a good night.
It was perfect, man.
No, this is funny.
But
bro,
you can't. It sucks. It's like a fine line between like, I'm not trying to invalidate how you feel,
right?
But this is stupid.
It's stupid and not the moment.
Yeah. Like, exactly. This is like,
and it's a better way of asking me this. One, not at this moment.
Yeah.
Come on. We just had a good night, so we can have a better. You know what I'm saying? We keep going because it's like be together, etc.
Yeah.
But it's like once you cool down and think about this shit later about a better way. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's my way of thinking about shit. Because I'm always kind of thinking about like how I can say. Definitely, I know it's possible to start an argument. I'd be like, how can I say this? Because my brain be playing out scenarios. Sometimes that scenario's not gonna even happen.
She could have slept on that shit, man.
Right.
I would have slept. I'd sleep on some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? If I'm still feeling icky in the morning, I'll bring it up. You know what I'm saying?
Look at this shirt. Sleep on that thought.
Yeah. Sleep on it. Sleep on it, pal.
You're right.
Sleep on it, pal. That shit's nuts, man. We got a little bit more time left, man. I guess we can chat it up about the boxing match.
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
Dude, it was. I caught it. I caught like the last two. I guess it ended in the ninth.
Yeah, it ended in the ninth.
Yeah, the
so
ninth.
I guess I watched like half of the seventh to Earl was already hurt. He was broken.
That boy.
By the time I clicked on, turned the fight on, I'm like, damn.
That man was rough.
He looked like Martin when he fight Tommy Hearns.
Straight up.
I was like that shit.
Damn,
it was hard. Like, I wouldn't act like I'm a big boxing fan and like I watch this and I watch that.
I know all the boxing.
But I feel like I watched the last 8 to 10 Errol Spencer fights.
Yeah.
Like I grew up in Dallas, so like when I saw him like a good fighter from Dallas,
right?
Ain't like our age. I'm like I fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? And I had some moments who like,
too.
But and he was undefeated. So like I'm like bet. And I had some friends who like I wasn't very familiar with Terrence Crawford until like maybe probably 3 years ago or so. But I didn't watch his fights.
You're somewhat familiar with what both of these guys can do.
Yeah.
Right. And to see that shit, what happened, I was like,
bro,
wow.
It was nuts.
It's like he let him win or something like that.
Right.
That boy Bud was clinical.
It looked like he let him, like, someone would be like, look like he let him win, but like, watching the fight, it looked like he had no choice.
Dog, he couldn't do anything.
Because even when it was like I said, some people say, oh, Earl was this and this and that, but it's like, besides whatever you feel like, the brain stuff in a car accident, whatever, all of any possible excuse.
Yeah.
When you watch some of the punches, like, one of it, like, I think it was the second knockout, Earl hit him with a nice uppercut.
Yeah, he did.
He hit him with the craziest hook after he went, like, and it was like the spacing.
You talking
like,
about when he went down?
Yeah, when he went down, like,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the
yeah.
second one when he kind of like went down and like he smiled a little bit.
Yeah.
This is the one like he hit, like he went, like he hit Terrence Bud with a like I think it was an uppercut,
Yeah.
and then he hit him with like he was so close to him because like you know he hit the uppercut your face, you right there,
Mhm.
and like he took it, and with the quickness, with the like closest like hook, and I was like,
Bro, he caught him.
Shit.
It was crazy.
and took him down and hit him with the momo. Hung on the way down.
I saw-
That went on the way down, hit him in the like side of the back of the head. That would
Yeah.
really fucked him up. He was like, oh shit. I was like, damn.
It was very sad to watch, and it didn't look like a guy that was undefeated.
At
you know
all.
what I'm saying?
Nah.
It was like, yeah.
I was there with the homies watching. It was like, not. I kept up with about probably much defeated, and we were all like, "Does Spence fight? Is that what's going on here?" And it's like, this motherfucker's undefeated. Like, these are the best, two of the best guys in the world.
He definitely set himself apart. And I didn't expect, like, say, any of the top fighters, like, you know what I'm saying, if Devin Haney fight, you know what I'm saying, Shakur Stevenson, like over the last I'll say last year or two, I've been watching. I started watching went back and watched all, like, Haney fights,
Yeah.
Shakur Stevenson, and I've been
Tank.
watching Tank. Like, I've been a Tank
Yeah.
fan for, like, the last 3-4 years. The first time I watched him, it was kind of scary. That motherfucker hit hard. He was knocking motherfuckers' head off. I'm
Dude,
like,
Oof.
putting them
it
to
look-
sleep.
it looked
Literally.
it looked like some shit that should be banned on YouTube, like some of his knockouts.
It's- said parental
when that
advisory.
dude Santa Cruz, I think that was when he hit. I mean, he hit a lot of people with the uppercut, but that fool, like, he was like, you know, he was laying down and his leg was like, you know how on the Fabo when Laffy
Yeah.
Taffy he like
Yeah,
jerks
Oh,
his shoe
man.
up, he was laying down like that, like it was like a James
like
Brown
video
split.
game type shit.
You know how them niggas that be voguing the gay dudes,
Yeah.
and they just like fucking fly on their back with one leg, like that's how that dude was laying down, bro. But that lightweight division's popping right now. I
Nah,
feel like
it really is.
Hell
those are the
yeah.
most exciting fights.
Nah, yeah, they got some hitters in there.
Yeah.
And even though I'm not familiar with all the people that they fight, so I don't know
Uh-huh.
like I said, like in comparison of, but like I said, I saw like Spence fights, and he fought some people. Like he fought
fucks
some
people
champs.
up, dude. He
He fought some good people.
bro, he's bruised some people up. Like had some eye. How his face was looking, he's done that.
And
to
that was the
many
crazy
people.
how his face. I was like, damn. And then watching him talk, and I'm like, can y'all just let this man just go home?
Yeah.
Went to the hospital.
Ugh.
Dude.
He talked slow already. But
Yeah.
like he was talking real slow, real. Talking about, damn, that was tough. That was tough. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I do respect that. You know, having to face the media. You know, after you
Yeah,
lose
that's
so
tough.
bad,
That's
you
a
know?
tough. That's a tough get. They was asking Spence. It was like, "How did you feel getting fucked up
Yeah.
for 9 rounds straight?" And Spence just like, "It's just it is what it
Them
is.
all
You
do.
better
It
man,
is
shut
what
up
it
being a
is.
better man tonight."
How hard does he hit?
How much it hurt to get fucked up like that? And it was like, it didn't feel great.
right.
Nah, yeah. I can't watch that rematch, man. I don't want to rematch.
I want to see it.
I'll watch it.
What is he gonna do differently?
As he said in the interview, get my time. It's my timing.
Yeah.
Get his timing. I'm gonna get a timing belt.
Oh man. It looked like he didn't know what time it was.
Right,
after,
no.
Should
like-
not work on
Yeah,
knowing
dude.
what a clock looked like and shit.
Bro, like Errol, what day is it today, bro?
Dude, I
It's
remember
a bad day.
Right. I
It's not my
remember-
day.
a couple of years back at like
Not my day.
what was that from?
I don't know. It's just funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what day is it? Not mine.
Nah, I remember a couple of years back. We're on the same time on the story I was telling her about the jail. It was like before I even got in the fight. I remember I was like, man, imagine watching a fight and you see a dude get hit and he'd be like, hold on, man. He hit hard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
imagine my fight, I'm like, damn, he hit hard. Like,
In the
and
middle
like,
of the fight.
I remember saying that, and I got into an altercation because of my ex-girlfriend.
Ah.
I got jumped in Voodoo Room.
Voodoo Room. I remember you talking about this. Yeah,
Voodoo
yeah,
Room.
yeah.
Shit. We talking about Voodoo earlier. So it came back. And like when I got kicked, when I was jumping, like she swung on somebody and then she broke a glass on the dude's head. Like
Damn.
she took a guy out. So I was fighting 3 people. She took him out and then like wow, I'm about to tell the whole story. Fast forward. She took one of the guys off me. And I'm like, I felt a relief, and I'm like, oh, I can move again. And like, I kind of bent over because I was fighting one person. I didn't know he had friends.
Yeah.
Got jumped. Boom. So now I'm fighting a bunch of people,
Shitty.
and they hit me. But I'm like, it's not really phasing me much. But I can't really move because they all on me. But she break glass, whatever, and then like I get the guy off. One guy's off of me, so I pick one guy out, slam him. I'm on top, like boom, boom, and then out of nowhere, guy kicks me in my nose.
Oh.
And I thought about that. Damn, that shit hurt. And I'm laughing, kind of like laughing at myself, like yeah, I'm the person in the fight saying this.
Yeah.
But it was like blood all over the
Oh,
ground.
I bet.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that took. I ain't gonna lie, that took a lot of pride out of me. Like I never lost a fight. I know anybody can lose a fight. I don't feel like I'm invincible. But for a while, I
But
did
getting
feel
kicked
pretty
in the
invincible.
face, like.
But
that's,
getting jumping like bloody.
Yeah.
Somebody made me bleed.
That's tough.
That took a lot on me. I ain't gonna lie. For like 6 months, I had a gun on me all the time. Like
I
was
said,
never the
"Try
person.
me, bro."
I was never a person to even start fights.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm still on the same vibe. Like I'm not trying to fight. You got it, bro. That was my thing. You got it, bro. And like,
Yeah.
only reason I even was in that fight because he punched my girl.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, he
alright,
punched her in the
I guess
shoulder.
we're
I punched
fighting
him in the
now.
face.
Sorry.
Now we're fighting. I haven't had
What's
enough
up
time
now?
to tell my friends, hey, I'm in a fight. And they were like, right. They were as close as you are to me.
Oh my god.
They were like, I was with 5 people. They kept
you fighting 3 people by yourself.
Yes. But it happened so fast. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, for a while, like I said, that took the pride out of me. Like, I just got, I don't want to say stumped, I got just bloodied on the floor in front of my in front of my short in public.
Yeah.
And I was so it really
Homie's like, we just got some shots for you. Oh, what the fuck?
right. And so I was like, man, I'm like, I ain't really trying to fight, you know what I'm saying? Like as I wasn't before. I'm like, so like it's really y'all got it, but like if you antagonize, you really about to get it. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
about until you said what now?
No, you go ahead.
Until like I got to tell you a story before, like until like 4 months later, we went out. It was a crazy ass night, and we got into a big brawl, and it was
Oh,
like 3-on-7, and
Damn.
I knocked out 4 guys in this fight.
4 guys.
I knocked out 4 guys
4 of them.
in like
Quattro.
20 seconds.
Damn.
And
Bang, bang, bang,
that gave me my confidence back. And I stopped getting about like, because the real reason was because I got kicked in the face. I thought my nose was that fragile. And I'm like, I'm not about to let anybody hit me in my face. Like, you're not about to fuck me up, bro.
Yeah.
You're going to die. Like, leave me alone. But when I
You
realized,
get
when in that brawl, I got hit in the face. And I was like, nigga, you weak.
You hit like a bitch.
Nah, for real, dude. That fight, that was one of the craziest fights ever. And it was one of the escalations. Like, the fight was over. Because, like, I've got to go briefly tell because Dylan wasn't here during this fight.
Yeah.
We talk about it. So, boom. Craziest night ever on 6th Street. Like, to this day, this is the most love and hate I ever got on 6th Street.
Yeah.
Like, people are outwardly expressing how they feel about me and my crew's outfits. Like, y'all think y'all the Migos. And, oh, y'all look fly. I'm like, what the fuck? This is like
Yeah.
2016.
Are we dressed bad? What's going on here?
And I'm like,
Y'all
I'm
out there
like,
disrupting.
yeah, everybody's like, it was giving their
being
opinions.
a ball though.
And I'm like, what the? It was packed out there. It was like almost New Year's. And so we had the parking lot on San Jack and 7th. Like right as you go to the hill, like where arcade bar is at. You go up there.
Yeah.
They had that garage right there. And so we like about to get in the garage or whatever. And we see like these 7 guys, like these big heads. It's like a bunch of Hispanic guys, 1 black guy, and a big like Mexican guy. And there's a Samoan guy, and he had like 3 girls with him.
Mm-hmm.
And like the big guy and the big Mexican and the big Samoan guy was about to fight. And the girl's like, World Star. The girls, the
shit.
black girl's going like, oh. I'm like, okay, whatever. And we just over it because so many people trying to fight. Like me and Bob was with some people at the time. My other bros was with some other people, like, cause we was some shorties, and they was just running. The other 4 guys was just like running around the street. They're like, bro, what the fuck? You only got into 3 fights like this, and I'm like, bro, it's trying to go home.
Yeah.
So we like, fuck, the energy is weird out here. So we in the garage about to go to our car, and then we seen how the fight happened in front of us.
Oh my god.
And like they square up. Then the Mexican dude dropped the Samoan. Boom, he go down. And then all 6 of his homies stumped the guy out. And I'm like, I don't like shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, he already lost. Why y'all
Yeah.
stumping this dude? I'm
It's
like,
done.
so I'm
Yeah.
like, these niggas weak. I'm like, I outwardly said it. They were like, what's up, y'all want something? I'm like, nah, bro, y'all got it. And so I'm walking in the car, and like one of my bros, he had just came back from military.
Oh,
So he like, nah, fuck these niggas. I'm tired of motherfuckers gonna be playing with me. I'm like, bro,
I was
they
in the
got it.
military.
So me and Bot in the front, like, bro, they got it. We trying to like slide to with the shorties.
Yeah.
And like, so it's me, Bot, my Crumbzilla, that's who's from the military. My actual brother, Lazy G, Drigo was with us, and P. So yeah, that was but so we in there, and me and Bot walking, and then like the dude walk up to Lazy, and cause Lazy pick up the phone, like, hey bro, go your phone, and the black dude like, oh, bitch, you trying to steal my phone?
Oh, come on,
And Les
man.
used to pop off on motherfuckers quick. And he was like, nah, but he's like, bro, and I see him come. So I'm pissed now. I'm like, you trying to try my brother?
Yeah.
So I walk up to Lazy, like they behind. I'm in the garage and they like over here, like at the entrance. So I walk back and I go to take off his jacket. And immediately, once his jacket like kind of come off, the dudes are like right in front of him. I immediately turn around, boom, boom, drop the dude right there. And then like they kind of fall, and the third guy getting a little tussle. And I'm like, I can't go to the ground because 3 months previously I got kicked in the face. So I'm not trying to go on the ground, and then the black guy uppercut me on the ground while I'm going down. And I was like, bitch, you weak. You better. I run up to him, and then I kind of scrappy swing. I like dip, hit him, boom, and I'm trying to slam him. Cause like it's a brawl. Like it ain't no regular fight. Like you ain't got time to be like somebody hit you behind. Like you stand up real quick, move up. So like
things need to happen quick.
Yeah, I hit him, and then like he like leaned back on the car, and I tried to grab him and pick him up. Because he was tall. He was like probably like 6'3", 6'4", and I couldn't really throw him, so I just threw him against the wall. And then turn around to go back to like the entrance. And then like I see and I hit one more guy on the way back. Boom. So that's like the third guy I dropped. Cause I didn't drop the tall black guy. I just threw him. And so like I'm running back and I'm like stumbling over like my brother and them, and then I see Bot about to fight the big Mexican guy who just dropped the Samoan. And I mean about big, he's like probably like 6'2", 400 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like big. And so
man.
like, I'm like, this is a large man. And so like, I'm still running. Like I'm in running motion. Like this is like brawl. Like you're just running around, you know? And so like I was running, but like I like squat down. Like I'm like, I got hit him all. I can't let him touch me. I can't let him grab me and none of this shit.
None of that.
So I come up, hit him, boom. He just like drop and like go down. Like he didn't go down because he was big. He went to his knees and just was like sleep. And I'm like, I was kind of shocked. I'm like, okay, bet. So like kind of fight like over. Like it's 5 of the guys on the ground because Zilla dropped like 2 people. And the black guy, he's the only one who up. And he had one more guy who wasn't in the fight, and we had my cousin and P who wasn't in the fight with us. And I see the other guy, the Latin guy who wasn't with them, going to the car to get a gun.
Oh,
and I'm like,
shit.
I see him walking to the car. To me, he going to get a gun. And I'm like, and the girls are like, they were saying world stuff because we was all dressed up like boots and you know what I'm saying. I had on the boots with the dang kind of point toe like the soft side on the inside.
Chelsea boots.
I had on some Chelsea boots. So they're like, these niggas about to get whooped. They're like, where else? So when they see us dressed up, knocking out these quote unquote thugs, the fake thugs.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, they laughing hard. They laughing hysterically. So
They with them too?
They were with them.
Oh wow.
That's what they were calling world stuff when they was jumping the guys, and then like when we started beating them up, and they was talking. The girls were like kind of talking to us before the fight, and like they just laughing at the guys now.
Damn,
and so like they probably hurt. And I see the guy going to the car. I'm like, yo, let's go. Now my cousin who wasn't fighting is like he's just turning up.
Oh,
I'm
my
like,
God.
bro, let's go. And he's not going. And so like I just like I'm going to my car. I'm gonna get my car, my stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know about to go on. But then I hear like the car close. Like the door closed. It was like one of those like big doors. So it sounded like a clap, like a gun clap.
Oh shit.
So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm running up the stairs. Boom. I went to the gun range recently, so I had like this automatic 4.5 rifle in my trunk. And so like I run up there to go grab it, and like, cause my cousin just got shot in my head. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And so I'm running down the garage with his rifle, and I hear the car coming up. Is Lazy and Bot in the car. They like, Fee, what the fuck you doing? My niggas just got shot. I don't know what just happened.
I'm trying to save a life here.
And
It's
they're like,
warfare.
nigga, the police and everybody downstairs. I'm like, what?
And you out here in a parking garage with a big ass rifle.
Man said I'm ready for war.
I throw my shit in the trunk. Try to get myself together because ripped up. Police coming in, motherfucker. Like we trying to go down. Police come from the top, from the bottom. AR-15s all in our face and everything.
Oh damn.
Get out the fucking car. Don't move. Da-da-da-da. I'm still pissed because I just had a fight and whatever. And I'm pissed because they also give me conflicting instructions. Don't move. Put your hands up. Get out the fucking car. They like, move. I will shoot you in the fucking face. They tell him they just fall from Bot face with AR-15. I will shoot you in the fucking face.
Damn.
And I'm like, I'm pissed. And Bot like, Fee, calm the fuck down. Like they said, this is when temper is going off now. Because I'm like, what the fuck you want me to do? You saying this, he's saying that. So like, I'm in my seatbelt still. I'm like, I open up the door outside and I get out with my seatbelt on. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, you ain't gonna shoot me, motherfucker. No, but we wound wound up getting like, you know what I'm saying, straight out of the situation because like they were looking because the girls wound up calling the police and say somebody had a gun. They were looking for a pistol. I had a rifle, but they actually fucked with me that night because I could have went to jail because my gun was loaded. It was cocked.
Yeah.
I had one in the chamber. Like they cocked my shit like there wasn't a gun they was looking for. They're like, why do you have a gun in the car? I'm like, I went to a gun range. We in Texas. You know what I'm saying? So like
They're like, I like this guy.
right, and then
Cut
like
your jib.
we were dressed up way different from like, you know what I'm saying? It looked like we
Nice
wasn't on
clothes,
that.
rifle. It's my
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
guy.
And right. And we were like, nah, man, we was on something like, you see how I'm dressed? And then luckily the girls we was with, they were calling us and stuff. I'm like, you see this? They on FaceTime. So like I said, perfect timing on the calls and
Oh,
everything.
man.
So I'm like, you see this? And then my ex used to work at a hotel. She called him like, so it was just a lot of, the girls saved us from going to jail because it
Damn.
corroborated our stories. And we were like, we didn't start that fight.
Yeah.
I'm like,
sure.
and they didn't see that like, I'm like, my car's up here. I didn't have no gun. I'm like, that ain't the gun. That's a big ass
Yeah.
gun.
Yeah.
But man,
That ain't
that
the
was the
one.
night that I got over like, you know what I'm saying, the pride of getting jumped.
You're like, I can put this. Put this
Right.
Dude, at least when that dude kicked you in the nose in that other fight, at least he didn't kick you in your mouth, fuck up your teeth.
Nah, for real.
Then you'd be like Errol.
nah, for real. Man, my
Damn.
shit was cush, but
Yeah. I don't think he was able to take his mouthpiece out during
For
that
real?
fight. Yeah, I think he got like a special mouthpiece. He couldn't take it out. I think that could have been part of that.
oh,
I
that
don't
was
know.
before the fight. He had a special. Oh, right, because he had to.
On the Showtime, like All Access things, they showed him like going to like the molder or whatever you call the guy that makes the mouthpieces. But I'm pretty sure he couldn't take it out because in his last fight against Ugas, I don't know if it's his last fight or whatever, his mouthpiece came out when he got punched, and he thought his teeth came out because he had a partial, and like because he got in a car accident, he lost his teeth.
Oh, he did.
So yeah. So he wore like a partial, like a
Ah,
he
no
had to
wonder.
glue in.
that
his
makes
shit.
sense.
So he thought his teeth fell out when his mouthpiece fell out in that fight. So he was like on some shit like,
This
I ain't
happening.
taking it out next fight. So I think that might have had a little something to do with it.
Definitely
but
with breeding too.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, it's
you know what I'm
tough,
saying?
yeah,
Like, you
man.
know,
You got to breed in the fight.
That's why you got to train with that mouthpiece in, or else you're gonna be fucked in real time.
Right,
Very,
man.
very
I
true.
just start training with you when we get back into boxing, man. I'm
Bro,
trying to
let
train
us
with
know.
you.
I'm
We
trying to get
all
back in
lives
my-
out, you know what
I'm
I'm
trying to
saying?
get back at myself,
yeah.
man. Shit.
yeah,
Nah,
we
for
can
real.
30-day challenge.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Nah, but we gotta get up out of here, man. We got
What you want to leave
Our
the people
time.
with, Fee?
Shit, man. New song coming out, man. Heat. You know what I'm saying? It's coming out. You know, it's been it's been 100+ degrees all summer. You know what I'm saying? So I got some heat coming for y'all. New song called Heat coming out. Yeet.
Hey, be on the lookout for that Heat by Shirt Off Fee.
Yes,
It's the Loose
sir.
Cannon Show. Shelly Nicks, Darks, and our guest Shirt Off Fee. We out.
Yes.
Peace.
Woo.